Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Today I thought I'd do something a little bit different and talk to you about one of my favorite animes of all time, which is the Guyver. Now, the reason I titled this video, Who is the Guyver, is because, well, it's a series that's very underrated in my opinion. You know, nobody really talks about it that much. It's actually made by Manga, who happens to be my favorite anime company. I never really read any of their comics, but I loved their movies and series. Yeah. It came out in 1989, but I discovered it in the late 90s, which we'll get to that in a bit. But there was only 12 episodes, which I kind of like when shows will do that, where it actually does have an end, rather than just go on and on. But in fact, this kid I used to work with, we used to talk about a lot of classic animes, and you know, those were the kinds that he liked, the ones that were only so many episodes. Like, I think his favorite was Cowboy Bebop, because that was only 24 episodes, and that's another great anime. And like I said, I was like, you'd probably like Guyver, that was only 12 episodes, which, you know, this is 6 and this is 6, they're two different discs. You know, just like, oh, it's only 12 episodes, I'll have to check them out. You know, I told him all about it, and I was like, I'll have to check this out sometime. And I don't know if he ever did or not, but I used to always harass him, like, did you watch Guyver yet? But all that aside, now this was an awesome series. It's very graphic, and like there's a lot of swears in it too, like they say shit and bitch and all that. Yeah, a lot of the episodes, like I said, are very graphic, especially episode 5. That one is really graphic. My favorite episodes would have to be 3, 4, 6, 8, and 12. The other ones are good too, but those are just the ones that really stand out to me. Now, the plot is, there's this corporation, well, a company, whatever you want to call it, organization, that's the word I'm looking for, that, you think they're underground, but they're actually very public. Like, they have connections into everything, even, like, politics and the police and everything. So if they, like, destroyed, which they kind of do this in the episode, like, they destroy, like, for like a news article station or whatever the hell you want to call them, or a school, they can just cover it up like, oh yeah, that wasn't us, that was like just some random terrorist act or something. You know, they're connected into everything. Now the people who work there can turn into monsters called zoonoids, which you see a lot of them, like a lot of repeats of. Like, for example, this one's called Ramoteeth, which kind of look like I want to say a baboon almost, and then there's ones called Grego who have green skin and like spikes and a horn. Now those ones are easy to mass produce, which is why you see a lot of those. Sometimes you'll see more out of the ordinary ones. Like, some of them actually have weapons. They also have this other weapon. There was 3 of them called the Guyver, that's generally what they look like. There's 3 of them, which this guy called Melmoth, who he fled Kronos before he was being turned into a zoonoid, and he fled before the process was complete, and he stole the units, and then, well, spoilers ahead, it's the first episode, so it's not a huge spoiler. He ends up killing himself or blowing himself up, and sends the units scattered everywhere, and so a kid named Sho uncovers one of the Guyver units, the number 1 Guyver unit. There's 3 in the series, but there's actually like probably hundreds of thousands of them, maybe even millions, like in the actual universe, although they don't show any of them, or the story. So Sho activates the unit unwillingly, and you know, when he later discovers, like, throughout the series, how to control it and how it works. Like, he calls out to it, and it'll come to him from, like, it's like from another dimension. It becomes this protective suit of armor, which it has all kinds of different weapons. It's like literally a human weapon is what it is. The Guyver, his abilities include, well, regeneration. For example, if you, like, cut off the Guyver's arm, which is technically your arm as well, it'll just grow another one. He also, as you can see from the picture, he has blades on his arms which extend. I don't know if you can see it or not, but he has like a little green jewel somewhere on his forehead which can shoot out a green laser. Those little orb things on his cheeks can shoot out sound waves. The orb on his waist can create gravitational wavelengths and stuff, so he can I wouldn't say fly necessarily, but he can like do kind of like moon jump type of stuff. But he can also create what's called the pressure cannon, which is like this. He just creates this like sphere of energy out of that, and shoots out of his hands like something out of Street Fighter or Dragon Ball Z. Then of course the most powerful weapon is the Mega Smasher, where he opens up the chest and shoots out this huge beam which obliterates everything in its path, which there's actually a reference to that in the second Suikoden game where you fight the giant stone golem creature before you fight Necklord. The giant stone golem has that ability, which that's definitely where they got the idea for this. I mean, for that was from this. Now, because Sho has activated the unit, Kronos is after him, so they come up with different strategies, like by kidnapping his friends and stuff to try and lure him into traps, because they want the Guyver unit back from him, and you find out the other two as well, which like for example, Guyver 2 is in the second episode, where you can, because that's the cover, you can kind of see him there, that he's like gold. He looks gold, but in the actual, the cover art is gold, but the actual episode he's more of a pale yellow. He looks awesome too, Guyver 2. But the best one is Guyver 3, who you can kind of make him out in that one on the side here. He appears in the third one, and he's in all the ones after that. He's awesome, Guyver 3. He's all black, and he has actually 4 blades instead of 2, and he has spikes on his head. Oh, he's awesome. And then, in episode, you find out where these creatures actually came from and stuff, like, which, I want to say episodes, I think it's 6 and 11, you find out the truth about everything. Like, see, millennia ago, or actually more than that, many years ago, well, anyway, Guyvers and Zonoids were actually created by aliens, and so were humans. This was way back when. They created them as weapons to fight their wars for them. And so, Kronos basically uncovered, found, their research and everything. It's like, oh, let's continue this, so to speak. I guess that's about it. I don't want to give too much away, but it's an awesome series. It's definitely worth checking out, especially if you're a fan of anime. There's only 12 episodes, so... and that's the thing with this. I think I discovered these in 97. It was when I was in, middle school. I used to watch it with my brother all the time. And, the funny thing, even my neighbor, I introduced them to him, and he really liked them, too. The only real downside is that the series ends with a bit of a cliffhanger. It's kind of like a that's another great thing about the show. There's a lot of great twists. The music is good too. It's not great, but it is really good. But the what was I? Oh yeah, the twist. See, it ends with a bit of a twist. It has a lot of stuff like, whoa, I did not see that coming. Especially at the end, the way the series ends, which I kind of like when series will do that. Have a twist ending, because then you kind of use your imagination, oh, maybe this is what happened next, or something. You can decide what happens, so to speak. There's also one of the special features. You can see these. They show model figures of all the different Guyvers and Zoanoid creatures and stuff. Which I'm sure they're probably a real thing. You could probably find them on eBay or something for high prices. I wouldn't mind having 1 or 2 though if they're. But and it gives you it does a biography of each of the Zoanoids, which is kind of cool. I guess that's about it for that. But interesting thing, I discovered the anime series in like I said, the late '90s, but I had originally discovered it in the mid '90s because, well, you know how Hollywood is when it comes to originality. Yeah, so. Like I said, the anime came out in 1989, and in 1992, there was a movie based off of it, a sci-fi movie, which is... It has its moments. It's very cheesy, kind of. I think the best way to describe it, it's pretty much like the 1995 Power Rangers movie. There was also a sequel, which, personally, I like this one better than the first one. This one is actually rated R. The first one's PG-13. They're okay. They have their moments, but yeah. So I guess that's about it. So thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you check out the Guyver because it is an absolutely amazing series, one of the best I've ever seen, and you won't regret it. So yeah, toodaloo. Thanks for watching.